Good morning. In this video, we are going to solve the first problem in friction. In my last three videos, I have discussed the basic concept of friction. I have given the link of that videos in the description. Those who have not seen that video, kindly go through that one. Now, before going to solve this problem, for every problem in engineering mechanics, there are 5 important steps. The first step is read the problem well and understand it. If possible, write the given data. Then second step is draw the free body diagram. Free body diagram is nothing but it is a diagram that isolates our focused object from the surrounding. Third step is apply the relevant equation to the data. Fourth step is do the calculation carefully. Fifth step is validate your results. Through validation only you can be sure that you have done the correct job. So these are the 5 steps to be done to complete a problem in engineering mechanics. Now let us go and solve the problem now. Now the problem is find the force P needed to just impede the motion of the block. Take the weight of the block is 100 Newton and the coefficient of friction is 0.4. Okay, so now let us understand the problem. That is a very important step, first step. Now there is a weight of 100 Newton which is being kept on a floor. Okay, and now I am going to move this object with the help of this applied force, but since there is a friction in the surface, this object does not move easily. The friction does not allow the object to move until it reaches the limiting friction. Please note the word limiting friction. Beyond that only this object will make a move. I already discussed this in my previous videos. So here we have to find the value of this applied force P at the point of limiting friction. Okay, that's what here it is given to just impede the motion. Okay, the motion will be impeded at the point of limiting friction only. So we have to find the value of force P at the limiting friction. Now here there are 4 cases A, B, C and D. In A, the force is applied at horizontal direction. In the case of B, the force P is applied at 30-degree inclination, but it is pushing the object. In the case of C, the force P is applied at 30-degree inclination, whereas it is pulling the object. Now in the case D, the object is kept on a 30-degree inclined plane and the force P is parallel to that inclined plane. Now let us go to the first case and draw the free body diagram. Now this is the free body diagram. Now let us go and see how to draw the free body diagram. This is the case A. Okay, so this is my focused object or particle. Now just check how many forces are acting in this particle or this object. A 100 Newton force is acting. The applied force P is also acting. More than that, this object is kept on this floor. So this surface or this floor will give a normal reaction. Then it has the coefficient of friction value 0.4. So that should be a friction that will act in opposite direction. Now let us go and draw the free body diagram with these data. So here is the object, okay, 100 Newton, and this is the weight 100 Newton, which will always act in perpendicular direction. Weight has that property, it will always act in perpendicular direction. Now this is the normal reaction given by the surface, okay, and it has also a property, it will be always perpendicular to the surface. Okay, then this is the applied force. Now you see here the friction force will always be acting in the opposite direction to the applied force. Okay, so this is the free body diagram, and among these 4, these 2 are the active forces. Active forces. These 2 are the reactive forces. Next, apply the static equilibrium equation. In static equilibrium, there are 2 types of it. One is statics of a particle and statics of a rigid body. And if the dimension of the given object is considered, then it should be analyzed under the topic of statics of a rigid body. If the dimensions are not considered, then the object can be taken as statics of a particle. Okay, here if you look at this block, we have not considered the dimension, so I am going to use the concept of statics of a particle. So the equilibrium equations are in particle there are two equations only. One is the summation of all horizontal forces is equal to 0. The another one is summation of all vertical forces equal to 0. So I am going to use these two equations. So this is the my third step. First I am going to consider that the summation of all vertical forces is equal to 0. If you see this free body diagram, there are two vertical forces, one is the normal reaction and another one is the weight, but weight is acting in the downward direction and n is acting in the upward direction. But in the Cartesian coordinate system, the forces, the vertical force moving in the upward direction is positive and downward direction is negative. Similarly, the force which is going in the left to right is positive and right to left is negative. So this is what the concept behind the sign convention for force system. Now here n is taken as positive since it is in upward direction, minus 100 equal to 0. Here the weight is taken as negative. So n equal to now 100 Newton. Now use the second equilibrium equation, which is nothing but summation of all horizontal forces equal to 0. In this free body diagram, there are two horizontal forces, one is the friction and another one is the applied force, but this force should be taken as positive and this should be taken as negative. So P minus F equal to 0 and P equal to F, this is the first equation. But we know that the friction can be written as mu into n, okay, where mu is nothing but coefficient of friction and n is nothing but normal reaction. But in the place of normal reaction, just substitute this 100 Newton and mu, it is given in the problem. Here it is given as 0.4. So just multiply this one. So you will get the answer for friction as 40 Newton. Substitute this into the first equation. So you will get the answer for the applied force, which is nothing but 40 Newton. So 40 Newton is nothing but, you have to validate this answer. Okay, that means this 40 Newton is the force at the limiting friction value. Okay, suppose if the applied force is 39, then this block will not make a move. Okay, so this is the minimum force needed to overcome the friction and the objects to make the movement. Now let us go to the second case where the object is again the same object 100 Newton, but the force is at 30-degree inclination and it is pushing the object. Now let us go and draw the free body diagram. So this is the free body diagram here, 100 Newton weight, normal reaction, friction force, but this applied force is resolved into two components. One is along x direction and another one is along y direction. Make sure that this direction is very important. When you add these two, you should get the final P. Okay. Now let us use the static equilibrium equation. First equation is summation of all vertical force equal to 0. If you look at this free body diagram, there are three vertical forces. One is the normal reaction, second one is the 100 Newton and third one is the P sin 30 degree. That means the vertical component of the force P. And among these three, this 100 Newton and P sin 30 is downward direction and this is the upward direction. Now summation of all vertical force is equal to 0, first equilibrium equation, and substitute over here. Since the two forces are vertically downward direction, it should be taken as negative. So finally you will get the answer for n is equal to P sin 30 plus 100. Now next use the second equilibrium equation, which is nothing but the summation of all horizontal forces equal to 0. Now you just look at here, there are two horizontal forces, one is the F and another one is P cos 30, and just substitute here. Here the friction should be minus, okay, because it is acting left to, right to left. So P cos 30 equal to F. This is equation number 1. But we know that F equal to mu v into n. Now in the place of n, substitute this one, and it is given in the problem. So just multiply it, you will get the answers something like this. Now substitute this F value into the first equation, you will get the equation something like this. Now multiply this 0.4 inside and just bring all the p related terms in the left hand side and take the p out. So finally you will get the answer as p equal to 60.05 Newton. Now let us go to the third case where the force is inclined at 30 degree, but here it is pulling the object. Now let us go and draw the free body. So here is the free body diagram, normal reaction, weight, friction force, and the force P is resolved into two components. One is along x direction and another one is along y direction. Now use the same equilibrium equation, add all the vertical components and equal to 0. There are three vertical components, n, 100 and p sin 30. Okay, these two are positive because acting upward direction, minus 100. From this you can get the answer for n. And now use the second equilibrium equation, which is nothing but summation of all horizontal force equal to 0. And there are two horizontal forces. One is P cos 30, which is positive, and the friction is minus, negative. Okay, and this is equation number 1 now. Now we know that friction F equal to mu into n. In the place of n, just substitute this one and you can simplify that one. Now finally this equation will be something like this one. Now from this one you can get the answer for P, which is nothing but 37.52 Newton. This is the free body diagram for this case. I have changed the coordinate according to the inclined plane. Now the x axis parallel to the inclined plane and y axis just perpendicular to that one. Now here is the applied force and the normal reaction, friction force. Now the 100 Newton has to be resolved into horizontal and vertical component according to this coordinate. So here is the x component 100 sin 30 degree. Here is the vertical component, which is nothing but 100 cos 30 degree. Now use the same static equilibrium equation. All the vertical component is 0. Here there are two vertical component. One is n, another one is 100 cos 30, but it is acting downward, so it is negative, it is positive. Okay, so here is the answer, n equal to 100 cos 30. Again use the next equilibrium equation, which is nothing but P minus 100 sin 30 minus F equal to 0. These two forces are negative because they are acting in the negative side of this coordinate system. Okay, on simplification you will get the first equation. Now again we know that F equal to mu into n, and now substitute 0.4 and in the place of n just substitute this value. So finally you will get the answer as 40 cos 30. Now the first equation will become like P 100 sin 30 plus 40 cos 30. Okay, upon solving you will get the answer as P equal to 84.64 Newton. Now let us validate the result. In the first case the value of P equal to 40, second case P equal to 60.05 Newton, and for the third case it is 37.52, and for the last case it is 84.64 Newton. Now among these four cases, this case, that is the C case, will have the least force value and D will have the maximum value for the applied force. The reason is because of the normal reaction. Okay, in this case this applied force does not contribute anything to the normal reaction, but in this case the force P is increasing the value of normal reaction by this component, okay. But in this case the applied force P will decrease the normal reaction with the help of this component of that force, okay. But if you take this last case, this P has to work not only on the friction but also the one of the component of the weight. That's the reason why here you will have the maximum value, here you have less value, and when compared to all the four. So that's all about this problem. Next we will see another one problem. Thank you.